What's up, YouTube? Little details of work in here. Took off the tire to just kind of get a better look at what's going on that other side there, and I'm going to start shopping immediately for that 72 tooth sprocket I was talking about. Give you guys a better idea what I'm shooting for here. That's a 2-inch bar. I was originally going to use this guy and grind that off, and I was like, why am I doing so much work? What I've done is I've carved out I've carved out a pretty solid square joint in 1.5 inch right there, and hopefully that's going to seamlessly, or as much as possible, weld up to a bar heading across all the way over the where the back tire would be. This right here is just going to be the center support for weight, just to give some more rigidity. And what's going on, it's obviously going to get chopped by the bar going across here. It's going to come across, chop that guy, and then, you know, obviously weld to, and then the seat's going to be somewhere based around that. Like I said, right now I'm going for accommodating this giant engine, and then the seat and the rest of that stuff, I'll kind of figure that out next of all. As I said when I started this project, project number 1, engine, getting the thing to go forward. Project number 2 is going to be getting a good brake system going on here. I definitely have enough to salvage the rear brakes, and I'm interested in doing some kind of drum system or something, maybe even on this side, because I got nothing going on this side. This stupid little gear is going to go or something. I don't know, I still got to figure out a way to get it off. It's like seized up. I need a weird spanner wrench. It's got 2 pins right here. I'm going to have to really torque that guy to get it off there. I might soak it in oil overnight. I'm thinking, okay, giant disc right here, like cheap gear, whatever, giant disc, something, and then disc calipers from, I don't know, a racing bike or something that's been put out to pasture or whatever. Anyway, so I'm thinking something like that. You know, it might be a little bit more solid stopping power for a high-powered project like this. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I might go dumpster diving and see if I can get another cable set up somewhere around here. Something like that, just for the throttle purposes. I think it would be weird to have two cable setups. Or, yeah, it might be funny, like I do one on top and paint it red or something like this, just like plastic paint, and then the other one just silver, whatever. Hopefully I'll be able to identify which one's throttle and which one's brake. But you get the idea. You guys get what's going on here. Tires looking good. You know what's interesting is that the chain is not meant to be disassembled. I actually had to clip that guy. After you take it off the sprocket, it's like literally looped around this. Like, you cannot remove it unless you cut it. So I cut one link, and it's going in the big bag of parts to be salvaged, saved, traded, whatever. And that's about it right now. I'm a little disappointed. It appears I'm not going to have the seat as low as I wanted. And I'm kind of harshed out on that one, because that's a cool motorcycle look. I'm going to have more of a straight frame, more of a moped kind of thing, which is I'm a little bummed out on, but I mean, I'm going to, you know, just do some custom welding on the seat and just get that sucker just as low to the ground as possible. But if you guys can imagine a secondary beam going across parallel to that one, you know what I'm talking about. You'd be like, hey, you know, that's a little bit moped, man. That's not a motorcycle. That's not, you know, the low down, you know, fat tail look that we're going for here. But anyway, I'm still psyched about this project. I think I'm going to call it a rest for the day here. Made some progress. And tomorrow is all going to be about getting that 72 tooth gear. I might just grab this guy and just drive around and just say, hey, what do you have that's going to fit on this hub with a lot of teeth, with a chain that you have or something like that. And I need a torque. I need a clutch. I need a clutch system. So, between those two things, then the rest is going to be up to me to fabricate. Oh yeah, as far as an engine mount's going here, the more I'm looking at this thing, you notice that I've got a lot of bare metal. I'm prepping everything for welding purposes. I'm thinking about just a flat plate. Just a flat plate that goes from, you know, just a rectangle that just goes over all this stuff right here. And then just welding it in place, making sure everything is square and flat and so forth like that. Oh, it's a war wound right there. And, you know, then just checking, you know, gap and space and whatnot. and then just welding the snot out of that in place. Keep some rigidity going, because just for the hell of it, I'm just like stepping on this thing right here, and I'm just seeing a shit ton of flex. I'm obviously not putting my full weight on there, but I'm just like, that's as much as I want to test it out. And it's very obvious that this project is definitely going to need a lot of reinforcing, and you know, like I said, I'm just dropping my toe on here just to see the frame flex down and this sort of thing. And the last thing I want at 50 miles an hour is my frame to go, my welds to go, something weird like that. Right now this guy is factory is like around 50 pounds, even 50 and a half is what I recorded at. The engine itself, another 80, something like this. No, excuse me, like another 30. I don't know where I got 80 from just now. It is 4 in the morning or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be a heavy bicycle coming down the road, and that is why I've got to beef it up. No thoughts right now on where to put the pedals, how to deal with the pedal situation. That's third in line. Engine, brakes, pedals, in that order. But I sent in everything to California, the California DMV. 19 bucks apparently to get a moped registered, so rock on for that. And hopefully this will come together relatively soon. I'm shooting for the 4th of July. I don't know how realistic that is at this point. I want something to be at least rolling by the 4th of July, and as soon as my registration comes back, which I'm told is like 3 weeks or something, I want to be done, and then just do some little tweaking and that kind of stuff. But that's pretty much it for now. The engine sits nicely, of course it does, because half the bike's missing for the engine. And that's all for now, YouTube.